Hey Bookies, welcome back for another video. Today we're going to be talking about my February anticipated reads, so let's get started. I am using the site Bookbirds. Is it a .com? It's a .com. It's Booksbirds. That's why. I entered in Bookbirds, and it was like, you could purchase this website. And I'm like, I don't want to purchase the website. I want the information from the website. I entered in the wrong URL. It's booksbirds.com. They're awesome. I use them every time I do one of these books. So we're just going to go over a couple of books that I saw upcoming. These are all YA books that I would like to purchase and or read. The first one up, and because I'm going to see this author, yes, I believe she is going to Love Y'all Fest in February, it is Until the Clock Strikes Midnight by Alicia. It is The Good Place meets the Brandy version of Cinderella until the Clock Strikes Midnight, a cozy romantic fantasy. Darling is the most talented and unusual guardian to get a chance at winning the coveted once-in-a-generation Mortal Outcome Council mentorship. Getting the spot would mean having the opportunity to shape the future happiness of all mortal realms as she succeeds at her first assignment, Lucy Adelsberg. Darling thinks it'll be an easy razzle-dazzle job until she actually meets Lucy. Her life is a complete mess, from her failing bookshop to her downtrodden village to her doomed flirtation with the Princess of Luminia. But if there's one thing Darling's good at, it's a makeover. Calamity is the most talented and arrogant misfortune of his class. It's his job to save mortals from their own terrible decisions made in the pursuit of the mystical happily ever after. When Callum is granted a shot at the Mortal Outcome Council mentorship, he thinks his dreams are finally coming true. But first he must pass the test. It should be easy. Lucy Adelsberg has been unfortunate for years. All he has to do is continue his string of bad luck so she can finally come to terms with reality and settle for a safer, more logical path in life. Yet, when he arrives, he finds that Lucy has a guardian assigned to her too, a chipper overachiever who is as colorful as the magic pouring from her glittery wand. To thwart each other, Darling and Callum insert themselves into Lucy's life, posing as a betrothed couple. As they try to guide her down what they see as the best path for her, they start questioning their roles and ultimately what they truly want for themselves, and if those feelings of loathing they have for each other might actually be something more like love. This sounds so cute. I can't wait to read it. This one has been on my radar because it mentions time traveling, and I'm a sucker for time travel. It is Heart's Gambit by J.D. Myall. A thrilling and romantic debut fantasy where competitors from two prominent time-traveling black families must fight in a deadly magical duel and find themselves falling in love. The Baldwins and the Davenports have been sworn enemies for centuries, ever since Venus Davenport and Titus Baldwin, two enslaved kids, fell in love, tried to run away, and got caught by their mistress Sabine, a powerful witch. Desperate for freedom, they struck a bargain, and she gifted their families the ability to exist outside of time, along with magic to survive and thrive. But those gifts come at a price. Once a generation, their family must put forth a competitor for a magical duel to the death to feed Sabine's immortality. This time, Emma Baldwin, a wish spinner, and Malcolm Davenport, a maker of illusions, are chosen. But when they meet to check out the competition, sparks fly. Soon the two are exchanging letters, having secret meetings, and fighting off their cursed urges to hurt one another, all while trying not to fall in love. And if they are ever going to have a chance to be together, they only have one choice: to put an end to Sabine's curse once and for all. It sounds so good! So good. Next up we have Carnival Fantastico by Angela Montoya. I'm excited to read this one. An unputdownable romantasy following a young woman posing as a fortune teller at a magical traveling carnival where the handsome boy who once broke her heart and resurfaces and warns her that Carnival is more sinister than it appears. Welcome to Carnival Fantastico, a spectacle of magic and mischief and the perfect haven for a runaway. Using her tricks and razor-sharp wit, Esmeralda becomes the Carnival's resident fortune teller, aiming for the lead role in the big top show. Success would mean freedom from her former employer, the commander of the king's army. Ignacio has defected from the army and is on the hunt for evidence of his father's corruption, but the last thing he expects to find on his father's trail of lies is the only girl he ever loved, spending false fortunes at a traveling carnival. Perhaps fortune has thrown them together for a reason. They strike a deal. She'll help him expose his father if he helps her secure the main act. But old feelings don't die easily, and the commander's secret is not the only thing they need to confront. Sounds so good. Here's another one that is a literary classic remix, and another one I've not read yet, the original. It is a Dorian Gray remix, and it is called This Wretched Beauty by Elle Grenier. Happiness needs to be earned in the face of impossible odds, or there's no beauty in it. London, 1867. Dorian Gray is the heir to a title and their family's estate, but they've never been given the chance to decide whether that's actually what they want out of life. Forcibly estranged from their father by their manipulative grandfather, Dorian feels trapped in the life that has been decided for them. Then one night they sneak out of their grandfather's house. They meet a sweet, talented young painter named Basil, who immediately recognizes Dorian as his new muse. They agree to sit for Basil for a portrait, and Dorian is struck by the beauty and depth that Basil paints into their likeness. And they dare to begin hoping that there might be more to life than being grandfather's perfect, empty-headed heir. Dorian is further elated when Basil introduces them to the world of molly houses and drag performers. They've never seen such joyful variety of humanity and gender expression. But Dorian's rosy outlook is shattered when a police investigation into Dorian's favorite performer, Sybil Vane, implicates them in indecent activities. Terrified of their grandfather's wrath, Dorian offers evidence against Sybil in a panic and immediately hates themselves for turning on a new friend. Finally breaking free of their grandfather's control, Dorian flees to a country estate, but the damage has been done. Dorian falls into a terrible downward spiral, torn between guilt over their own actions and hatred for the suffocating expectations of society. They push Basil and their father. They push away Basil and their father, surrounding themselves instead with vapid courtiers and decadent societals. As Dorian's spiral of self-loathing deepens, something strange happens. Basil's portrait of them begins to change. Their smile becomes a little sharper, the glint in their eyes a little colder. Dorian will have to choose to embrace the wickedness within and allow themselves to become what they've always meant to be, or dare to try for something far more fragile and dangerous, a life of their own making. It sounds so good. We have a new book from Rachel Griffin. It is The Sun and the Starmaker. There was once a village so far north that most considered it the top of the world, and in that village, the sun fell in love with her Starmaker. Nestled deep in the snowy mountains of the Lost Range, the small village of Reverie endures a miracle. Beyond the reach of the sun, Reverie is dependent upon the magic of the mysterious Starmaker. Every morning he trudges across the vast glacier and pulls in starlight over the peaks, providing the village with the light it needs to survive. Aurora Finch grew up on tales of the Starmaker's magic, never imagining she'd one day meet him. But on the morning of her wedding, a fateful encounter in the frostbitten woods changes everything. The Starmaker senses a powerful magic within her and demands she come study under his guidance. With her newfound abilities tied to the survival of the village, Aurora is swept away to his ice-covered castle at the mountain's peak. The Starmaker is as cold and distant as the dark woods, leaving Aurora to explore his enchanted castle with only an immortal rabbit for company. Yet the more she discovers about the sorcerer, the stronger their ruinous attraction grows, pulling her closer to the secrets he refuses to share. A deadly frost approaches, and Aurora must uncover what the Starmaker is hiding before she is left in an endless winter that even the sun cannot touch. And the last one that we are going to be talking about today is Love in Ruins by Auriane Desombre. I'm not sure if I pronounced that. Please correct me down below. After a recent OCD diagnosis, a teen girl embarks on a trip to Greece with her best friend when she meets a captivating local girl. As their relationship heats up under the Mediterranean sun, she learns to balance the needs of those she loves with that of her own heart. When Natalie Campbell sets off on a class trip to Greece, she knows that checking off a summer bucket list of her best friend Luca sounds like the perfect way to deal, or rather not deal, with her recent breakup and the new OCD diagnosis she's been doing a beautiful job of ignoring. Ever since her controlling ex tried to isolate her from Luca and confirmed all the worst theories she's had about romance, Natalie has promised to swear off dating. But when she grows closer with Melanie, their Greek instructor's daughter, Natalie isn't so sure about her challenge anymore, as Natalie finds herself sneaking onto boat rides to hidden beaches, taking secret midnight hikes to ancient ruins, and jetting off to nearby islands with Melanie as her guide. Her summer Greek adventure unexpectedly begins to heat up. Romance is the last thing Natalie planned on for her summer bucket list, and strain on her relationship or friendship with Luca wasn't in her plan either. Amid the ancient Greek ruins, will Natalie learn to follow her heart before her chance at romance and her friendships could be ruined for good? And that is it for this video. So thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.